Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, we're going to play an Orzhov self-bounce deck. So, with the meta current being just all aggression all the time, the self-bounce actually is making a comeback. Because of Airbender's Ascension, we can actually replay a lot of our own permanents that we can basically self-bounce with Nurturing Pixie or some Pearl Kirin. And the best thing that we want to self-bounce are Nowhere to Runs and Momentum Breaker. So these are, of course, very good cards at destroying our opponent's creatures and making them discard cards in their hand. But be careful, because the Monument deck is all over the place. There are multiple versions out there, and discarding cards may not always help us and hurt our opponents. So we also have Lightstall Inquisitor exactly for that reason. Instead of discarding, what if they got to exile it? Now all the cards that they want to just drop from their hand because they don't have any value, they couldn't do so, and we can stop them that way. That's kind of the idea of this whole deck at the start. But to get this all off, we actually have additional help. So we have in the form of Counterspell in Aven Interrupter. This is actually a crazy counterspell because you counter target spell. Well, you plot the target spell. So exile it. It's not countered, so we can stop an uncounterable spell. And then we can bounce Aven Interrupter with Nurturing Pixie or Sunpower Kirin, and we just keep doing that until they give up on the game. So that's what's really strong about the Interrupter. We also have a little bit of life gain in Haliya, a little bit of board presence in Suki, Courageous Rescuer. And to top it all off, this whole deck is very good with Starfield Shepherd, a 5-mana card that we can play for 2-mana warp that searches our library for either a plane or a 1-mana value creature. So 1-mana value creature that we want to get out, Pixie, bounces things and re-get our value. Momo, which we can make all of our Flier, costs 1 less on our turn, the first Flier that is. And then Lightstall Inquisitor, which we can start taxing our opponent. So that's kind of the spread of the deck. I see a few deck also runs Surgical Suite, which is pretty good at reanimating a creature, so some of these creatures we can reanimate, and also very good at turning into the hospital room and making all of our attacking, or giving a +1/+1 counter to an attacking creature every turn. So pretty good, not the craziest, so only 2 off. And now let's talk about the whole deck list, shall we? So turn 1, we got 3 Momo and 3 Lightstall Inquisitor. What we want to do is play these on turn 1 because this will give us immediate tempo. We don't want to play Pixie on turn 1. Definitely don't do that. Turn 2, now if we have Momo, that means that you can warp in the Starfield Shepherd for 1 mana, because the warp doesn't cost 2, it costs 1, since it costs 1 less. We can also play Kirin for 1 mana, because it's also flying and it costs 1 less. Now, these are not as good playing, or Kirin's not as good playing turn 2, because obviously making it cost 1 less means nothing when only they can bounce is Momo. On the other hand, Starfield Shepherd is very good because now we can fetch our library for a card, or if we're mana screwed, fetch our library for a plains. And then we have one of the Pixies that we can play on turn 2 if we want to. Obviously, we most likely don't, right? Most of the time what we play on turn 2 are one of the interaction pieces, one of the 4 Nowhere to Run, one of the 3 Momentum Breaker, or one of the 4 Airbender's Ascension. Airbender's Ascension is crazy because we can airbend our Starfield Shepherd, which means that next time we can play it for just 2 mana for an active play, not the warp, the active play, or we can airbend, one of our opponent's creatures and make them play it again, like a Badger Mode Cub or something crazy. Now they got to redo it and they lose tempo. And then our 3-mana play, one of the 2 Haliyas, which technically is also a 1-drop that we can warp in for 1. One of the 3 Aven Interrupters, and one of the 2 Suki, the Rescuers. Suki can help us get 1/1 allies whenever a permanent leaves the battlefield. That's the craziest part about her text. Whenever the permanent you control leaves the battlefield, not when it dies. So all these self-bounces and all the warps give us extra allies that we can keep using to beat down our opponent. And we have Surgical Suite that we can play for 2 mana. Normally we don't play the Hospital Room unless nothing else is happening. Then we'll pay 4 for Hospital Room and start attacking with them. And that's the whole curve of the deck, right? 1 mana, kind of all 2 mana play, and a little bit of 3 mana play. So the deck kind of is this triangular curve, and we only need 22 lands to get this working. So the lands we're going to play, 4 plains and 1 swamp, to make sure that we have basic lands. In case we get basic checked for Orzhov color, we're going to have 4 Concealed Courtyard, 4 Bleachbone Verge, 4 Godless Shrine, and even 4 Multiversal Passage to make sure that we can hit the color that we need. And finally, we have 1 Abandoned Air Temple to fill out the color base, just so in case we got nothing else and we get flooded, we can Abandon Air Temple and just pump our creatures and attack that way. That's the whole idea of this Orzhov self-bounce deck. Let's go into the games and see how well we will do. Alright, our opponent is Pillsbury Doughboy. The mighty Pillsbury Doughboy. Well, okay. Scarier than normal, I guess. We go first. Let's slam a Pixie turn 1. That feels kind of bad, right? I'm just gonna keep. Hope for the best. I don't think I slam a Pixie turn 1 though. There's a Gene Pollinator. I think what we will do is... I don't know where to run it. I have to fight the Badger Mole, yeah. As expected. Okay, this is pretty good. So... I want to Airbender's Ascension the forest, then it would just come back. I could also Pixie the Badger Mole. Well, not Pixie the Badger Mole. Pixie to kill the Badger Mole. You gotta keep killing their stuff. Leyline Weaver? Ah, okay. Airbender's Ascension. Why don't you play that again? I shall bounce. I know where to run. I can attack for 2. Gene Pollinator. Okay. Do we hold up this? White, please. I don't think I need 4 mana. But I guess I can pay it. It doesn't hurt me. I have an Aven Interrupter, so I could do that. Leyline Weaver. Okay, I can't stop this from happening, but I could get rid of his last mana. Nah. It's fine. The Weaver is scarier anyways. He does attack for 1. He doesn't attack for 1. I know where to run the Weaver. You can't even protect the Weaver. It's minus, so Indestructible doesn't do it. And it goes around Hexproof. He's gonna bounce it back to his hand. Alright. I guess, if you wanna play it like that. Ooh, do I want to bounce to nowhere to run, or do I want to bounce a Pixie here? Bouncing a Pixie is not that bad, right? Use Pixie again. Our opponent's getting nowhere with his lack of mana, which is very fun for me. I'm gonna even interrupt or whatever he plays here. Gives me 4 mana, we'll get rid of that. You know, he's gonna have to do something. He doesn't, so... I say we just know where to run. Yeah, it's GG. We locked them all down. Sorry, Pillsbury Doughboy. Alright, our opponent is the Monocebic 85. Monocebic. Alright, we go first. We got our Momo. Doesn't get anywhere, but we got a Momo. Scare him with a fly. The first non-lemur flying spell. I don't even have any. Alright, the Room Lurker back. That does help, but I don't want to do it. So, do you just kill the Room Lurker bats? Like, what am I afraid of next turn? What could he play next turn that actually hurts me, you know? That I'm not sure. I want to know where to run whatever thing he plays. Haliya. Okay. That makes you want to play something else, right? So if I kill the Room Lurker bat, his Haliya goes away and he doesn't gain the 3 life. He will get the surveil, but you know, it's not the end of the world for me. I too have one of these things. Let's give me a plane, because I'm mana screwed right now. But not for long. I can Airbender's Ascension. My Starfield Shepherd, that's not too bad. Let me attack first, actually. Do I Airbender's Ascension my Starfield Shepherd? Because then I can play for 2 mana, right? Yeah, I mean, it's not that bad of an idea. That means I have a 1 mana Starfield Shepherd next turn? Oh, that seems really good. Too bad I got a bunch of black spells and only 1 black land, but, you know, we'll make do with it. We do have a lot of nowhere to runs. If he has a Shelter by Ghosts, that would be hilarious. Hilariously bad. These all stop Shelter by Ghosts. Essence Channeler, okay. That's pretty annoying. This is my turn, right? During each of your turns. So I can't even interrupt anything he plays. Yeah, I could, but I can't, kind of. That's kind of the thing. I could also get a Pixie to bounce. Does that extra land actually help me? Whereas in, okay, a Pixie does help me bounce. Like a no, I don't need another nowhere to run. I don't want to bounce the Airbender's Ascension. So yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna get a land. Let me get rid of that. You can put the -1 +1/+1 on the Rune Lurker Bat. Although it doesn't seem as fun, it's something we'll have to do. Another Channeler. Primate. Okay. Well. Actually, I think we block here. We get the Channeler? Yeah, we'll get the Channeler. It's kind of the worst draw I can hit here. Yeah, Pixie would have been better. Okay. I can Airbender's Ascension, the Primate, and we'll break the Haliya. Got it. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? Ran out of value because I blocked, but I had to block that turn. So, yeah. Can't stop that Primate from primating. Even with all of our nowhere to runs. Okay, that's real important. That's a fetch. Let me get a Pixie. And then Pixie might know where to run. Let me know where to run your Primate. Go away. Not for 3. Heavy hitters. Oh, okay. Don't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. But I think we're okay. Maybe. I mean, I could fetch for a land. He wants to break my Airbender's Ascension. These are gonna get him. We can get him real soon here. Vanishing Light on one of them. It's okay. Oh, on the Pixie. That's very surprising. I mean... What if I just Starfield Shepherd for a Pixie? I want to be able to hold this up, which is 3 mana. So the only thing I can do is play a Momo. Right? And it triggers one of these. But triggering them doesn't do anything, so... We'll pass turn. I want to interrupt him. Haha! Now I'm bigger. He don't want to attack. Sunfaro Kieran's really good. GG! Ah, you got bounced the heck out. Alright, our opponent is Void972. Welcome to the Void. One goes first. Tap land, or not tap land, but this is a tap land. Starfield Shepherd is pretty good, maybe? We'll see. Barely a removal. We'll start with the tap land. Rakdos. Rakdos what? Empty. Well, can't have that, but do I Airbender's Ascension? I do have nowhere to run. I don't think I need to Airbender's Ascension yet. Yeah, that's where it gets tricky, right? Monument's a good card. Monument's a heck of a card. I could Starfield Shepherd. Give myself a... I'll give myself a Lightstall, but I don't have enough bounces for the Lightstall to get rid of all the cards in his hand. Actually, you know what? I mean, I do need the mana, but maybe this is still the right play. The more cards I get rid of from his hand, the less he can discard, right? That's something that we'll have to do and hope for the best. Blood gas. Okay, he's gonna have to hard cast blood gas. That's pretty annoying. This means he can discard whenever. He can discard, but it's going away no matter what. He didn't discard a card? That's wild. Okay. I don't have an artifact kill. If only, but not in this Orzhov deck. I mean, once it gets to pop off, it's really scary, right? I don't know if I can cast 4 spells in a turn. Or 4 creatures in a turn. Oh, and you also get the Phoenix. I mean, I guess he didn't get the treasure, so... Post-combat, smart. I'm gonna bounce my Lightstall, hopefully draw a land. Didn't draw a land, but I did draw... Oh, this is insane. This means I can get rid of his whole hand. Alright. And then I know where to run this, because he's got nothing left to discard. I mean, he can't block anything. So if he draws a swamp, he has to play it? I guess? I don't know. He might still be able to get the Phoenix on me. Even after all that. Okay, that was wrong, but fun. You can't discard. I guess you can pay 3 to equip. But then it would just be a 3. I got a Momentum Breaker. This doesn't make him discard. Oh, GG. I mean, drew too many mountains, I guess. That's the biggest downside. But really, it's the Lightstall that made him discard his whole hand. That he couldn't actually trigger the monument. Our opponent did not play well. Alright, our opponent is Midnight. Cool. Very chill kind of opponent, calling himself Midnight. We got the 1-lander, so I guess I got him all again. 3 lands. Don't need 3 lands, but it's okay with 3. Do I just put away Suki? Yeah, probably, right? I do need 3 lands for Aven Interrupter. Although, I have a feeling that I'm just gonna get flooded. Scab. Yeah, I was gonna get flooded for sure. Alright, we gotta know where to run. There's no protecting the guys. Let's get rid of it. I don't want to see it. I don't think I interrupt anything here. It's probably just Pixie. Pick up nowhere to run. Wonder Weave Aerials. Veteran Survivor. That's a lot of stuff. Do I block? I guess I don't block. Now, not with the Southbound stack. I don't think I block here. Oh yeah. This is the immense disappointment I have. Double Shrike. Not get flooded. I mean, I can take the 4. That looks quite painful. That looks quite painful. I will have 4 mana. Perhaps I'll get something. Like a bounce spell. Or a Momo. It's not that great, right? Momo's literally not going to do anything, Unfortunately, that is how we're gonna have to play it. Don't fly. You know fly. Instead of flying, you do the other thing, which is not flying. Another aerialist. Alright, there's a 2, so we'll block that way. Guess I'll take the 4th. This will just trade. Lightstall. You can really only stall for a turn. Cost him 4 mana to play any of those spells. Avenger. Alright. And we draw land. What a wonderful time to draw dead. Even with the nowhere to run, like, it's kind of just 1 card away from getting there. But 1 card is not 0 cards. Oh yeah. I mean, that's a good game. Alright, our opponent is Bojangles. The mighty Bojangles. Opponent goes first. I hate it. I hate it so much. How's it going? Alright, here's Momo. Play a creature. Thank you. I mean, I don't like to see that creature, but to be honest, at this point, I take what I can get. Can't kill the voice, so I'm not actually sure how I'm gonna get rid of it. He's just gonna keep playing a voice, honestly. Suki. Oh, okay. Didn't keep playing a voice, which is fun for me. I suppose we just play this land, hold up our mana. I mean, I basically stopped the voice with Aven Interrupter. With infinite Aven Interrupters. No. Get plotted. Go away. Come on back another day. Actually, don't come back. Headliners, pretty scary. Also, all his creatures get buffed. Because of Suki. Man. Haliya seems nice, but I don't actually get any triggers of Haliya. So maybe it's Kieran. Impact Tremor. No creature control enters? No. No, God, no. Go away. I should have played a Sunfurrow Kieran, by the way. That was a mistake from last turn, because, yeah, I needed that. Okay. I guess this happens no matter what. See, I don't want to airbend this. Do I Momo into Kieran? If I Momo into Kieran, I get the Aven Interrupter back, but I don't get to cast this at each of your turn. Yeah, I don't actually get to cast it, and he just plays another Impact Tremor and kills me. Why did I... Okay. That was not the smartest. Where do I bounce? The Momo? Yeah, let's have this go first. To get a Starfield Shepherd. I mean, if he just plays the Impact Trimmer, I think I can get lethal next turn. That's not too bad. He plays Voice. It's even better for me. So, okay. It's a 2-1 attacking into a 3-3. I don't know what the plan is there. Yeah. I guess he just gets it back anyways. But at least it's only 1 damage instead of 2. Alright, what's the 1-drop I can get out of this deck? Oh, actually, no. Let's find out. There is a Pixie. What can I do with the Pixie? Not much, right? Yeah, not much I can do with the Pixie. I can bounce. Airbender's Ascension. Play it again. Didn't get there with the 3 life, but I think it's okay. He is down to 3. Oh, we got through the Impact Tremors. Sometimes you just gotta turn a corner. Goodbye, Bojangles. Alright, our opponent is Fluffy Guy 21. We go first. Okay. An okay start. Not really that much value, but can make things happen. Oh, well, now I got just Kurins and stuff. If he's got nothing, I can't do anything to him. Reveal my hand and choose a non-land card, huh? Do I want to cure it? To bounce the Momo? I can also submit 0, to be fair. Now go for it. Get a lot of value from this. Pixie. Alright. Do I want a Pixie to cure him? Hiding all my cards. I don't have damage tempo, but it's non-zero amount, so I see it as okay. If I draw a land, I Hospital Room him, If I don't draw a land, then whatever I don't draw, I should be able to play. Hopefully. It's a lot of discard though, then that won't be a problem. Yeah, see, like Airbender Ascension is very good against graveyard decks. What am I saying? Very good against Vaginal decks. I haven't faced any of those. Alright, my Surgical Suite's kind of useless now. Nowhere to run is also not very useful here. Haliya. Okay. What do you want to do with your Haliya?
The crueler the opponent.
Surveil
Sweeter
2.
the victory. Aha! Another clue.
So it goes to 5. Everybody attack Haliya.
I'm sorry, I couldn't fix things.
I'm gonna flicker on my Kieran. Do I Lightstall him? Yeah, if he board wipes me here, he's gonna have to do it anyways. If he doesn't though, Lightstall does get tempo. He drops a Fountain Port? Okay. I'm sure it's a 4 west coming, not a Johnny. Alright. Deal 4 damage or make a 1-1. Because I fly, so it probably just deals damage. But it's down to 1. Okay. Yeah, they just won't give me the 4th land for the hospital room. Eh, fine. You're gonna have to do it. Liliana. Is he minus or is he plus? I am the master here. Create a 2/2 zombie.
Death is such an effective tool.
Whenever a creature you control die, draw a card. Could not have been more annoying. I mean, I can Haliya into Kieran. What do I bounce? Do I bounce the Haliya? No, right? Haliya into Kieran. I mean, I guess I don't have to bounce. I warp? I'm gonna bounce my nowhere to run. It's a non-zero amount of value. Now play this Momo. I'm gonna keep this Momo. Still triggers.
Your
Let me
boldness.
flicker my Haliya. I do draw a card, and I gain 1 life. Suki, oh man. A little late. Still don't get land number 4. Our opponent has 40 lands. Get lost the Airbender, okay. Gives me some life. It might be good and all, but honestly, if he has Day of Judgment, I'm still screwed. Actually, no, it doesn't matter.
The undead.
Okay, so these flying would just kill him. I don't want to know where to run. I'm kind of short on mana. feel like there's probably just a Fountain Port coming. I mean, okay, everybody going. Hex. Sure. Another Hex. Okay. Leon's down to 1.
Back off!
I get a land here. Oh, right, it's the same card. I'm not getting anything out of this. Makes it wrong.
Ooh, time to wake up and smell the decay.
Let's see. I guess I Starfield Shepherd for a land because I really need a land. Nowhere to run. Got zombie. We can sack it to draw a card. But now we can just attack. I felt like he had nothing, but I need to send both in, or he can just make a token. Alright, Lily down.
No, defeat.
Starfield Shepherd's gonna go away. He makes a fish. Had to be done there. This is leave the battlefield. It does not say die. That would be pretty useful. Dollmaker's Shop. We're just gonna have to attack. Do I care about a 2/2? I also don't care about this 1/1, right? You know what? Let's trade. I think that's a good idea to trade there. How much do I care about the Dollmaker's Shop? You just get my Starfield Shepherd out. Give myself a Pixie. Now attack for 3. He chumps? You sure you want to chump? Now your creatures are even smaller. Oh god. Okay. Fair.
More heroes for the cause.
That's a pretty good card. The great thing about getting this Momentum Breaker back is now if he sacks to draw a card, he has to discard that card. Maybe he doesn't notice it. That would be funny. Now he didn't notice it. Now he draws a card. Momentum Breaker is just gonna make him discard it. It was just a land. Less than ideal, but we'll take this.
Hope is never lost.
Authority. Alright. Well, I guess he's gonna fish me, right? 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can only one fish. You can only make one fish. But that's enough to block and not die. Gives me speed. sack it and draw a card. But we'll make him get rid of that card. No card for you. What's that card in your hand? Ah, GG. Good game. I can also have Aven Interrupter, counter whatever you place. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those self-balanced games, how does this deck feel? I gotta say, this deck took me by surprise at how strong, how good it is. It's incredible. The Starfield Shepherd is definitely the star of this deck. It got us so much value just by warping and then replaying after maybe airbending it or just recasting it for 4 or 5 mana, depending on whether we have a Momo out or not. We get so much value by fixing our land draws, because if we're mana screwed, we can get a Planks. If we're not mana screwed, we get our value cards like Pixie and just win the game from there. So this deck is incredibly strong, but there are a few things that I think we can cut or we can adjust. The Surgical Suite, I honestly did not see it do that fanciful of a job. I understand the idea that you can get an attack with it and pump your attacking creatures, but 4 mana with this deck, this aggressive deck, really is difficult. I never really had a 4 mana turn when I was just holding back and not doing anything. So I think this card can go. Instead of this card, I think maybe just more Momentum Breaker, more Aven Interrupter probably would be better. And then Suki is another card that initially I thought would be insane because it just is whenever another permanent leaves the battlefield. But the 3 mana play, by that time, our permanent leaving the battlefield will probably win us the game, or we would have already lost the game. So it didn't matter at that point too much. And I think we can cut Suki down to 1 and maybe have an extra card like another Lightstall Inquisitor or another Haliya. Because these cards give us card value, which are card advantage, which is very important, or the Lightstall Inquisitor. We saw how important this card is against so many decks out there now that wants to discard. They're monument decks. So instead of letting them discard, what if we just tax out a card from their hand? Now it's in exile. Now they can never really discard it. They have to hardcast it. And most of the discard deck, the cards that they want to hardcast, isn't that good. So that's how I feel about this deck. Now, aside from all of this, there's another card that I thought about that we can slot in, which is Sogai Lantern. This will be pretty good to fight against those Cavero decks, graveyard decks. And Sogai Lantern is definitely something that we can flicker because we can bounce Sogai Lantern with Nurturing Pixie just to make our Pixie 2/2s. And our Sogai Lantern definitely can, activate to exile their graveyard. So I think that's a pretty good card to also slot into this deck. And other than that, I think 22 lands is fair. I was, okay with the land spread in most of these games. And that's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.